Today we have Monica Barnett, wardrobe consultant from Washington, D.C., and the image curator from blueprintforstyle.com. She recently was named an apartstyle.com It Girl, and the cool part is she doesn't only address women's image consultant issues, she also helps men. So thank you so much, Monica, for joining us today.
You are welcome. I'm happy to be here.
Yay. Okay, great. Well, Monica's actually talked to us before about DC Style on wherevertheweather.com in a blog post we did last year. So we're excited to have her again to talk pretty much in person with us about what's going on in DC and what to look forward to when you visit fashion-wise. So, Monica, if you can tell us a little bit, how would you describe DC Style in just a few words or a couple of sentences?
From a fashion perspective, I would say it's fairly conservative. We don't do too much wow. We don't do too much vavoom here. When I think of New York City, I think of black as the staple color. The staple color in D.C. is really navy blue. I think we are a navy blue power suit city.
So for a person who's not conservative, is there a way that they can kind of meld their style and incorporate maybe navy to their trip wardrobe?
There are fun things to do with navy. Navy is a great color. It goes with a lot. I mean, it goes with camel. It goes with, your browns. It goes with your whites. It looks great in that kind of white and blue nautical theme in the summer, which is wonderful. I think D.C. folks need to probably flip it on its head, which is to integrate color with that navy. And for ladies, it's all about, the accessories. I'm loving the belts and the scarves and, hats on occasion and jewelry.
What do you think some of the influences are on DC Style?
I'm going to do pre and post Michelle Obama, I think, because I think she's had a fairly significant impact on DC Style. So I think pre-Obama's, I think it's a political town, and politics pretty much is ruled by a sense of, at least from an American standpoint, is a sense of conservatism, and probably more importantly, you don't show your hand. So we've done navy, and I think that's just, we're a political town, and that's how it functions. So I think we got our sense of style, or our lack of sense of style, from just the general environment. With that said, post Michelle Obama, I feel like she's kind of pushed a lot of females to think outside of that navy, or to add different color blues. So it was blue, but now there's royal blue is really big here. You've got all kinds of navy blue, but you've got prints added. She's done huge things for scarves. I mean, she's really helped us push and think beyond taking just the sheath dress, which is what a lot of women will wear, and be like, oh, here are two or three different ways you can wear the sheath dress.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about how the fashion environment itself has changed. I know that there is a fashion week, for example, that started in the past 2 or 3 years.
There's what we call the NOVA, or Northern Virginia Fashion Week, and you're seeing a lot more designers come out of D.C. I mean, yeah, they're not necessarily the most famous at this juncture, but you're seeing a lot more folks kind of popping up. I actually sit on the board of the Greater Washington Fashion Chamber of Commerce, which is GWFCC, and one of the things we do is we think of ways to promote fashion, and we think through how can we bring more fashion, and that's from an economic perspective as well as a design perspective. And then I think that there are other little things. So, like the magazines, like DC Magazine has popped up, and DC Magazine always kind of focuses a lot on the, not just fashion, but style in general. So that's male and female, what's hot, what's kind of going on. DC has always, always, always been a very big charity town, and a lot of style and fashion is being tied to charity now, so it's great. It just gets pub by virtue of the fact that it's this concept of, you give a little, you get a little. People are very much aware that fashion and style exists, and they're actually thinking about it.
Excellent. It's funny because a lot of people who search wherevertheweather.com the highest searches for Washington, D.C. style. So speaking of which, what would you suggest a travelista going to D.C. should absolutely pack?
A couple of the staples that you absolutely really want to pack, and this is just from a versatility perspective as well as just kind of considering the weather. The cardigan, I'm a fan of the crew neck cardigan, but I think you can do either way. A cardigan or some type of at least button down that goes halfway, because again here it is really warm during the day, but as you go into fall at night, it cools off very quickly, and so you want to be able to make that adjustment. Another big thing is a nice statement necklace. The statement necklace is great. Again, it'll take you from daytime rolling around with a white button down right into the evening if you've got the right one. So I think definitely a nice statement necklace. I am a heel girl. I am the juncture, like I love heels, and I don't know a nicer way to say it, but it may not be comfortable because a heel is just very feminine, and you're going to find that one of the things, along with kind of general conservatism, a little bit of conservatism in D.C., you'll find ladies are, they're not afraid of the heels. Last thing I would say is just add a pop of color, and add a pop of color either with that necklace or with a nice belt, or make it zesty in your shoes, one of those ways. But I think those things will get you through. And then the last thing that I'd recommend is a clutch. DC is, again, we're really good for charity events. We're really good for after-work events. Even if you have on just slacks and a nice shirt, put a clutch on with that, take that statement necklace, put your wide belt on, and then you're ready to rock at an evening affairs.
Okay, super helpful. And I think on the heels part, I know there's a lot of walking for tourists, but perhaps a nice wedge, comfortable inserts would work, right?
Exactly. There's a ton of great wedges out there, and there's a lot of stores, even in D.C., that you can hit that can kind of help you out with that. So
awesome. If somebody needed to, for example, enhance their wardrobe while they're there, where would you suggest that they go? What are your favorite places to shop in D.C.?
Oh, my gosh. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to put you in a couple different areas. The first one is going to be at National Harbor, which is kind of new, but it's a great place. There's a great clothing store called Critique Boutique. Great clothes, very everyday, kind of chic clothes, effortless. And then for shoes, I'd go to Simply Soles. Simply Soles is great. They got a lot of stuff. They got great accessories, too, and handbags. So that would be my first recommendation in the National Harbor area. I think if you're going to head over to Georgetown, I think a wonderful, wonderful place is a place called Urban Chic and Sassanova are both fabulous. And you have to check out a store. It's a jewelry store called Charm. I absolutely love Charm. And then the last store that I'd recommend that you check out, a little more higher end, but when I say terrific pieces, and you're not going to find a lot of folks that have them, is a store called Moulet, and it's over in the U Street corridor. And U Street's definitely like a nice melting pot. It's called Moulet, M-U-L-E-H. And then one of my favorites is Caramel Boutique, and that's in Upper Northwest. So those are probably my favorite kind of spots to hit that I know that I can always kind of find something, and they've got great selection and style, and it's not going to run you, it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg, but you're also not going to find everybody with your stuff on. Those are all great options. And you'll go back home and people will be like, where'd you get that?
That's the goal, right? Yeah. Very good. Well, is there anything else that you want to add?
My recommendation to folks is think accessories and choose carefully. Because at the end of the day, whatever you choose, the bottom line is you're saying something. The question is, what are you saying what you want to say with your personal style? Love it.
Thank you so much, Monica. We always enjoy having you and your style advice on wherevertheweather.com.
Oh, my God, and you are so sweet. I totally love it. And, of course, you know how I am. Whenever you need anything, you let me know. And definitely let folks know about the website. Definitely feel free to sign up for our daily subscription. Or if you're in D.C. and you want to go on a shopping tour, let us know. We can arrange that as well.
Oh, I will definitely add that as an activity to do in D.C. Check out Monica Barnett. image consultant for Blueprint for Style. That's Blueprint, SOR, style.com. Thank you again, Monica.
All good. Thanks a lot. Have a great week.